In literature, the plot refers to the sequence of events that make up the storyline of a narrative work such as a novel, short story, play, or film. It includes the various elements of storytelling, such as exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution, which together create the structure and progression of the narrative. Here's a breakdown of each component of the plot.
Exposition.
This is the beginning of the story where the characters, setting, and basic situation are introduced. It provides essential background information to help readers understand the context of the narrative. Rising action. In this phase, the central conflict or problem of the story is introduced and developed. Tension and suspense build as the characters face obstacles and challenges that escalate the conflict. Climax. The climax is the turning point of the story, where the conflict reaches its peak intensity. It's the most crucial moment, often the moment of greatest tension or drama, where the protagonist confronts the central problem and faces a critical decision or action. Falling action. After the climax, the story begins to wind down as the consequences of the climax unfold. Loose ends are tied up, and the narrative moves toward resolution. Resolution. Also known as the denouement, this is the final part of the plot where the conflict is resolved, and any remaining questions or conflicts are addressed. It provides a sense of closure for the reader. To create an effective plot, writers often start with a central idea or conflict and develop it through careful planning and execution. They may outline the major events of the story, create detailed character profiles, and consider the pacing and structure of the narrative to ensure that the plot unfolds in a compelling and coherent manner. Here's an example of a plot from the novel Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie.
Exposition.
The story begins with the introduction of the protagonist, the famous Belgian detective Hercule Poirot. Poirot boards the luxurious Orient Express train, traveling from Istanbul to Calais, and meets the other passengers. Among them is Samuel Ratchet, an American businessman who fears for his life and asks Poirot for protection. Rising action. During the night, Ratchet is murdered in his compartment, stabbed multiple times. Poirot is enlisted to solve the case, and he discovers that Ratchet is actually a criminal named Cassetti, responsible for the kidnapping and murder of a young girl years ago. Poirot begins his investigation, interviewing the passengers and collecting evidence. Climax. Poirot gathers all the suspects in the dining car and reveals his solution to the mystery. He explains that each passenger had a motive to kill Cassetti, as they were all connected to the murdered girl in some way. However, he unveils a surprising twist. Instead of one murderer, there were multiple conspirators, all with their own reasons for wanting Cassetti dead. In a dramatic moment, Poirot presents his theory of what happened and how the murder was carried out. Falling action. After Poirot reveals the truth, the suspects react with shock and disbelief. The consequences of the revelation ripple through the group as they come to terms with the implications of their actions. Poirot reflects on the moral ambiguity of the case and the complexities of justice. Resolution. The train is temporarily stranded due to a snowdrift, allowing Poirot to turn the murderers over to the authorities once they reach their destination. The novel ends with Poirot contemplating the nature of justice and the human capacity for both good and evil. The plot plays a crucial role in a novel for several reasons. Engagement. A well-crafted plot captures readers' attention and keeps them engaged from beginning to end. It provides a sense of direction and purpose, compelling readers to follow the story and find out what happens next. Structure. The plot gives the novel structure, organizing the events in a logical sequence that helps readers make sense of the story. It provides a framework for the development of characters, themes, and conflicts, guiding the narrative flow. Conflict and tension. The plot introduces and develops conflicts that drive the story forward and create tension and suspense. Whether it's a physical struggle, emotional dilemma, or moral quandary, Conflict keeps readers invested in the outcome and eager to see how it resolves. Character development. The plot puts characters in challenging situations that reveal their strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. As characters respond to the events of the plot, they undergo growth and change, becoming more complex and multidimensional. Theme exploration. Through the progression of events, the plot allows authors to explore and develop themes, ideas, and messages within the novel. Themes emerge naturally from the conflicts, resolutions, and character interactions, enriching the reader's understanding and interpretation of the story. Emotional impact. A well-executed plot evokes a range of emotions in readers, from excitement and anticipation to sadness and joy. By investing in the characters and their struggles, readers become emotionally connected to the story, making it a memorable and impactful reading experience. Overall, the plot serves as the backbone of a novel, providing structure, tension, and meaning. It's the driving force that propels the story forward, engages readers' imaginations, and leaves a lasting impression. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for more insightful content on writing and literature. Until next time, keep reading, keep writing.